Hey guys, Travis Gillespie here. We've been looking at geometric figures, and here's another problem for you. Alright, so it says, you know what, we're going to do a couple things here. The first thing I want to do is name two lines. So looking on this figure, I need to find lines that pass through at least 2 points. And I can see that, hey, here's a point W and point X, and there's a line passing through it. So right now we have 2 points, and there's a line passing through them. And we'll call it WX. So line WX is one of the two lines. And I could have rewritten this with the X first and the W second. My second line that I see, well, I could choose any other 2 points here. I could choose a W and a Y, or I could choose X and Y. So let's go ahead and choose X and Y here. So the other line I see passes through points X and Y, and I'll put an arrow on the other side as well. Cool, so those are my two lines. Now let's go ahead and find 4 different ways, or 4 ways to write. I'm just going to put a divider here. We're going to name 4 rays in this list. And this is the tricky one, because we've got to write rays at the starting point first. So I'm going to start with point W. And then the line, or the ray here, passes through point X. So it's starting at W, passing through X, and I'll represent that with the ray above the W and the X. Now, the second ray that I see starts at W and passes through Y. So starting at W, passing through Y. Alright, the next ray we see, let's start at point X this time. Starting at X, and it passes through Y. So I'll put an X and a Y down, and there's a ray passing through those 2 points. Now, one thing I've noticed with my kiddos is they say, hey, you know what? If we were to start at X, does a ray pass through point Z? Well, no, it doesn't pass through point Z. It stops at point Z. So that's not a ray. Well, let's look at the reverse way of that. Starting at Z, is there a ray that starts at Z and passes through X? No, it stops at X. So really what we see here is something different. This is not a ray. So where's that 4th ray? We've done WX, we've done WY, and we've done XY. Let's look in the reverse order here and start at Y and say, hey, is there a ray that passes through point X or point W? Absolutely, there is one. So another ray that I could use is starting at Y, passing through X or W, and you'd put a ray right above those 2 letters there. Cool stuff. Alright, let's create a little bit more space here, and I actually want to go back and look at that area we checked out earlier. Was points Z and X. Well, there's obviously some sort of line here, but we've got to figure out a way to name this. Well, there's a starting point and a stopping point, or there are 2 endpoints here. So really what I have, it's a line segment. So the line segment we have written down, I'm just going to write that out real quick. The line segment in the figure here would be XZ. So line segment XZ, we'll represent that with the bar above both letters. Could I reverse these letters? Yes, absolutely. Could I reverse the letters for the lines? Yes, absolutely. However, when we get to rays, you can't reverse the letters, because we always express a ray with the starting point first, then the point that the ray passes through second. So you can't flip-flop the letters or reverse the order when dealing with rays. Cool stuff, guys. I'll see you in the next videos.